Hi, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Kirti from the Zoho Tech Support team. I see a lot more people have joined than we expected, which is a really good sign. And it's about time, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, thank you again for joining us today on this overview of Zoho CRM webinar. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Kirti, and I'm happy to be delivering this webinar today. I am going to run through what Zoho CRM has to offer for your business. By the end of this session, my job is to help you get started with all the working bits in place. All right. All right. So let's take care of a few basic things first. If you have any questions during the course of the webinar, feel free to type them in the comment box on your screen. Our dedicated support team is waiting for you online, and they will help you by answering any questions that you may have. I'm also recording this session and will send out a follow-up email with the recorded version, along with the other details that I may mention during this presentation. We will also be running polls in between, just quick ones for 10 seconds or so, which will help me keep this webinar more interactive between you and I. All right. And just spoiler alert, I got the flu and I'm, running a bad cold. So if you hear some weird noises in between, don't be alarmed. It's, one of two things. Either I'm puking to the side or I'm coughing my lungs out. But if I do either one of that, please do pardon me. All right. Also, please share your feedback with us on this webinar on Twitter, mentioning @Zoho CRM, or by tagging us using hashtag Zoho CRM while the webinar is in progress or once the webinar is done. Now, we'll be looking at Zoho CRM and how it can help you close deals smarter, better, and faster, and also how you can get started with using Zoho CRM. And the very first step is to set up Zoho CRM for your organization, which means getting your sales team in. With Zoho CRM, this is a lot easier than it sounds actually. Step number one is to add your users into your CRM and also set roles and permissions to each and every single one of them. For that, it's very simple. All you need to do is log into Zoho CRM and go to Setup and Users and Control right here and click on Users. This is the place you will go to in order to add any one of your users that you want to have in your Zoho CRM organization, and just simply go ahead and click on the Add New User button right here to add their name, email, and roles and profiles, and they will be receiving an invitation. They can accept it and join your organization to be a part of it, right? And we have to make sure users we are adding have the right permission to do things in Zoho CRM, right? And have access to the right data. And to do this, we have roles and profiles in Zoho CRM, which will come under the security control. Profiles, first of all, will determine what a user can or cannot do in Zoho CRM. Profiles will, give access to what users can see, create, edit, or delete. And Zoho CRM comes with two profiles by default: administrator, which you're looking at right now for your supervisors and managers, and standard profile, which is more restricted in terms of the permissions given to it. And you can also create your own custom profile, of course, in order to suit your business requirements. And all you need to do is just go ahead and hit the create profile button, clone a profile, and hit create. And pretty much that's it. From this point onwards, each and every single permission there is to give for each and every single module there is in Zoho CRM, they will all be listed right here as check marks. All you need to do is check it or uncheck it in order to provide that particular set of users that permission to access with. And if you scroll down beyond the tabs or modules, you will see import permissions, export permissions, sending email, deleting, transferring, even printing. Every single permission there is within Zoho CRM will be listed right here as a check mark, so that as an admin, you can control completely what the other users in your organization can and cannot do, right? And the next one is roles. Roles determine who can see what, and they also determine the position your users take in your organization's hierarchy. For example, a CEO, a manager, part of a sales team, as I'm having right here. And you can, of course, create your roles too. All you need to do is go for the new role button right here, and let's say let's go for assistant manager. and reports to who the person reports to. I'm going to say manager and hit save. And if I go to the roles list, you will see how the roles are listed right here. And how they work is extremely simple and straightforward. If you give the role manager to a specific individual, that person will be able to view the data assigned to himself or herself and the data assigned to these two roles because they are subordinate roles to him or her. But the manager will not be able to see or view or do anything with the data assigned to the CEO because that is a superior role. So how roles work in simple terms is nothing but you will be able to see the data of your subordinate, but not that of your superior. As simple and straightforward as that. Now, every business is unique, right? And so are its needs. One size, no more fits all, right? And to that extent, getting Zoho CRM to replicate your unique business needs is quite literally just as easy as a simple drag and drop. In Zoho CRM, you can customize your modules, layouts, and fields. Let's look at how you can do this with Zoho CRM. All right. So let's start off with different modules that are part of your Zoho CRM account. Modules are represented by the tabs in the top black menu bar: leads, accounts, contacts, so on and so forth, which come with their own layouts and fields. As you can see, every single module has its own layout, its own fields, and everything. First of all, with the customization in Zoho CRM, if you go to Setup, Customization, Modules and Fields, you will be able to rename each and every single module or tab to have your own nomenclature. So leads could be, let's say, prospects, for example, and contacts could be customers, accounts could be companies, so on and so forth. You can go ahead and rename every single module to whatever you want it to be called, right? And once you've done that, you can then go for organized modules, which basically will give you the option to rearrange the modules however you want them to look in the top black menu bar so that they will all be rearranged the way you want them to be, right? And if you see any module here which you may not have a use for, just go ahead and move them to the other side, hit save, and there you go. The modules will be rearranged and they will be hidden from your view. What else can you do with customization? You can also create new tabs or modules within Zoho CRM. Let's understand this better with an example of an industry, say real estate. You would want to see everything your business does. In the case of modules, let's try creating a buyer's module, which actually is more relevant to the sales of a real estate business, right? So let's go ahead and click on this Create New Module button. Here, you can go ahead and use these new fields to the left in order to drag and drop specific fields to create your own custom fields. Say, our real estate business has its own customized fields like property name. So all you need to do is drag, drop, and rename it to whatever you want to call it. And maybe might also have fields like property size, which will always be a number, right? So I'm going to drag and drop the number option in this case, and I'm going to name it property size. So like this, you can create multiple custom fields in each and every single module by simply dragging and dropping. And you can also, of course, rename the modules to whatever you want to call it, and hit save. They will be renamed right there. And on top of this, you can also hide the fields that you don't really need. So for example, if you think that field is not necessary, place your mouse over it, click on the delete button, it'll be removed immediately. As simple and straightforward as that. If you want to make a field mandatory, that is also possible. Just place your mouse over the field again, click on settings, click on mark as required. Click on settings again on the other field, mark as required. As simple and straightforward as that, and just hit save. And you can also determine whom in your organization should have access to that module, and simply hit save. That module will be immediately created. And each and every single module, right, can also have its own layouts. In the case of real estate, business, right, you would want to have separate layouts for each of your services. Let's say we create a new layout called residential for all of the residential projects that you may run, and another called commercial layout. So as you can see, I've actually created the two beforehand. So if I click on the residential layout, you will have a specific number of fields. You can rearrange the fields the way you want to within this layout, and mark fields mandatory right here. which will not affect the other layout at all. So if I hit save layout, if I now go to buyers again, and if I click on commercial this time, there you go. So this layout is completely different from the other one. So whatever you do right here will not affect the other layout. You can have your own fields, your own arrangement, your own required fields. You can do all sorts of things, and the customization will remain specific to that particular layout alone. So you can basically run multiple departments of your business within just one layout by creating multiple layouts for every single department. I'm going to run a quick poll, in this particular with this particular webinar, and please take a few seconds in order to run those. So in order to answer those questions, if you don't mind, let me go ahead and quickly answer the poll. There you go. I will keep the poll open for like the next 10 seconds. Please go ahead and answer them. Okay, that is a very good response. So the poll result says that when it comes to custom fields, this is what you want. Less than 50, is actually the most answered question. So that is actually a good thing because, as you may know, within Zoho CRM, there is an option to customize, and you can actually create up to 300 custom fields in each and every single module. Just by clicking on the module, just by dragging and dropping the fields into the layout, you can go as high as 300 custom fields per each and every single module. All right. So let's go on to the next one. Let's say as soon as you log into Zoho CRM, your home tab will be the first thing you see, and it's one of the most important sections as well. This makes customization, its flavors, to your business all the more important. And to access the home screen, all you need to do is just simply log in. It'll stare right in your face. And the home tab right here shows me the most important stuff for my business. For example, all of my leads by source, my aggregate sales revenue, my opportunities closing this month, and more. In our real estate example, the regional sales manager would want to see how each region is performing for the sales for their real estate business, right? So those managers can add their own dashboards and list views here within the home screen by simply clicking on the Add Component button. As simple and straightforward as that. And there is also an option within the Home tab to share the home screen by clicking on this Customize Homepage button right there. By going there, you can go ahead and go for Edit Properties, and you can basically share the home screen that you created with your other users based on their roles. So you can pick and choose to whom you want to share the home screen with, and hit save, and they will also be able to log into their own respective accounts, go to home screen, and access your home tab from their own account. That is also a possibility. Right now, now that your CRM is set according to your business needs, you customize the fields, customize the home tab, and everything. What's next? Your next concern will be the data, and data that is clean and free from any duplicates. Data in Zoho CRM can be obtained from different sources, and the most important source of them all is importing. And importing, which lets you get your data from external sources through Excel spreadsheets. Many of you may have used Excel or just have come from another CRM, right? In this case, you would obviously need your records to get to Zoho CRM from your old CRM, right? From into Zoho CRM, of course. So that's when Zoho CRM gives you this option of data administration import in order to migrate all of your data that you have in your old CRM into Zoho CRM with just a few clicks. All you need to do is select the actual CRM that you are previously using and use the CRM. In addition to this, if you go to individual modules, you will also have an import button at the very right top corner. Be it a lead or account or contact, anything at all, you will have an import button right here. This is more for importing on an individual Excel spreadsheet basis. So what if you're not migrating from different CRM, but you're just maintaining all of your information in an Excel spreadsheet, and you just want to import, let's say, leads alone, not every other module. So in that case, you can just go to that respective module, tap that import button, and it will be immediately imported. So two places, same functionality, but for two different purposes. Now, while you handle so much data, there is every possibility of duplicate data entering your CRM system, right? How would you deal with that? It's pretty simple in Zoho CRM with the deduplicate option right here. You can deduplicate different fields of your records, right? And using this deduplicate option, all you need to do is simply go ahead and select the fields using which you want to deduplicate. You want to find the duplicates and click on Find and Merge and yes to proceed. And yeah, in a few minutes you will be shown all the duplicates which you can then merge to clean out all the duplicates. You don't have to necessarily. There you go. You click on Resolve now. It'll take you to the actual duplicate. So I have this many duplicates. How many duplicates I have for each and every single one of them? If I click on View, all I need to do is scroll down to Merge. Yes, I understand, and the data will be immediately merged. As you can see, there is one less now. So like this, I can go, keep on clicking View and Merge in order to merge all of my duplicates and get rid of them. As simple and straightforward as that. The second source of data are are basically web forms, right? So the web forms in Zoho CRM will be or can be accessible by going to Setup right here and Develop a Space and Web Form. So this will help you capture information about your website visitors directly into Zoho CRM without you having to do any manual work at all. So let's see how, right? So web forms in CRM will be basically, is nothing more than just dragging and dropping fields into the layout. So these are all the fields available in My Leads module. So all I need to do is select the field that I actually want, drag and drop it into the layout, or I can also delete the ones that I don't need. So basically, it's very similar to the customization option we have. And a very crucial point to be noted in this, building of the forms is that it requires no expertise in coding at all. All you need to do is simple drag and drop, and pretty much that's it. Once you hit next and save, there you go. There will be an automatically generated HTML code. All you need to do is copy this, paste it on your website, and this particular form will be available on your website for every visitor to see. So if they choose to fill in the information, hit the submit button, the submitted information will be immediately captured, right? So let's say I've copied that code and I go to my website. So this is actually a sample website that I created for my real estate business, which has a residential and commercial projects and everything. I've actually went to this contact section page and embedded that particular form which I've shown you right here. If I go ahead and fill in the information and hit the submit button right here, it's loading and it should be done by now. If I now go to the leads, and if I just simply refresh the leads, I should see that there you go, Morris from Zoho, that lead is immediately captured. So if I click on it, I will see all the information that's been submitted from the lead. It's as simple and straightforward as that. Now, your CRM is set according to your needs. It has clean data, it has the customization, home tab, web form, everything set up, and you're ready to get started. Now it's time to configure some automation to make your life easier. That's like one of the very basic functionalities of any CRM, right? For your business to function smooth and increase your team's productivity, let's start from leads that you get in your business every single day. Most of the time, you would manually have to assign it to a particular sales rep. So, as soon as the lead comes in, for example, Morris, who just submitted, right, his details, you will have to manually open that particular person's record, reassign it to someone else, and you have to then move on to the next lead, do the same, which will be very time consuming. As your business grows, this is going to be a really tedious job. That's when Zoho CRM comes into play with the assignment rules option under setup automation assignment rules. Assignment rules lets you assign the right leads to the right people. You can do this in two different ways. Based on a specific condition, by simply going to assignment rules, creating a new rule, you can go ahead and say, for example, let's say in my business, I am going to say if the lead source that comes in is ad campaigns, then I want this to go to a specific person. In my case, it's going to be Martha. If I hit save, from now onwards, every lead that comes in, with the lead source ad campaign, will basically be assigned to Martha. So I don't have to go ahead and manually reassign the lead. Or if you want to make this even more simpler, you can go for the second option of assignment rules, which is the round robin method, where all you need to do is just select the users whom you want to assign the leads in a round robin method, and just simply hit save. Now what this will do is each and every single lead that comes in, it will be taken, and it'll be assigned to these two individuals over and over again in a round robin method. So it will be all the lead that comes in will be equally distributed amongst your salespeople. So this lets you optimally balance the number of leads assigned to your sales reps, right? And the second part of our automation, before we go there, I have another a poll to run. If you guys don't mind spending just like 10 or 15 seconds, please answer the question that I've just posted here. Okay, that is actually the result of my poll. I was actually hoping the round robin would be more, but this is actually good. Now we know where most people actually use the assignment rules with, and we'll definitely make sure to improve it even better, so it'll make your life even more easier, right? Now let's move on to the second part of automation, right? Let's say you've got leads incoming, you've got the right person on it, you configured the assignment rules and everything. Everything works great. Works great. Wouldn't it be even greater if you could find out which are the right leads to focus upon? That's exactly what you can do with scoring rules feature in Zoho CRM. Now let's have a quick look at how it actually works. All right. To access scoring rules, all you need to do is go to Setup, Automation again, Scoring Rules right here. So once I go there, all I need to do is select the module for which I want to create the scoring rule for. In this case, I'm going to select leads, and I'm going to click on this little add button right here. So you can specify scoring rules based on any field at all that you have in the leads module. So I'm going to select industry as the field. So whenever a lead is being created in my Zoho CRM with the industry as large enterprise, obviously large enterprise means more money for me, right? Obviously, I would concentrate more on that, or I would want to. So I'm going to hit save, and if I now go to leads, and I'm going to edit the lead which just came in, and I'm going to change the industry to large enterprise right here, and save. And what this will do is, if I scroll down just a little bit, you see the score. The score 10 will be automatically assigned to that particular lead. So like this, whenever a lead comes in, either manually or automatically, if you change the industry to large enterprise, all those leads will be assigned 10 points from now onwards. So I can go ahead and rearrange the leads based on the scores that's been assigned to them, as you could see right here. And I can categorize the ones that has the the most points and give them more priority. So as to prioritize my leads based on specific conditions, the scoring rules would be very helpful. And the scoring rules, just so you know, can not only be assigned based on the fields available in the in the module that we have selected, but also based on other integrations as well. If someone actually makes a post, if someone tweets you, if someone responds to your survey, someone actually opens your email, all these options can be used in order to score and rate your leads so that they can be prioritized and make your life easier to follow up. Now we have our leads assigned and scored. So now, what about the several mundane tasks that are part of your workday? For unfortunately, we like it or not, which will be part of our life, right? So your team probably spends hours together doing them manually when there's actually an easier way out if you use Zoho CRM. Especially with workflow rules, you can automate most of those tasks, which is what we are going to see next using the workflow rules option right here. Workflow rules in Zoho CRM helps you automate most of your follow-up activities, like sending out an email to your lead, adding tasks for your sales team to follow up on, updating a field value, everything automatically. And now let's say we create a new rule to send a welcome email to every new lead that comes into Zoho CRM. For this, all you need to do is go back to setup and the automation and click on workflow rules, and I create a new rule by clicking on the create new rule button right here. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to create the rule for leads, and I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to say sample. Next, and I can create rules based on all these actions, and I'm going to keep it simple by sticking to create, and I can either run this for every lead or for only a specific set of leads by specifying the criteria. For example, run this workflow rule only for leads with the source this, and this. I can either do that. I can also add more and more criteria for making the workflow rule even more complicated if need be. So I can say run this rule for leads which has the status this, and this maybe. And then I can click on next. Or to keep things simple again, I'm going to say select all records. And these are all the actions that can be done using workflow rules. You can either send an email by clicking on the send email button. I am going to say thank you or welcome email. I'm going to welcome the lead, right? So I'm going to select the welcome email, and I can also add a task so that my salespeople will be assigned an automated task. Let's say future follow-up with the lead's first name, associate. So like this, I can also add the other actions, updating fields, calling third-party applications, sending text messages. All these options can be used. And if I hit save, it'll be saved and be immediately set to active. So from now onwards, every lead that is being created will be sent an automated email and created an automated task. And this was to automate individual sales activities, the workflow rules. But what if you want to automate your entire sales process, in each and every single module, leads, accounts, contacts, deals, so on and so forth. That's when you can use a feature, a very interesting feature called Blueprint in Zoho CRM, which is what we call the easiest way to do process automation within Zoho CRM. The Blueprint is actually a very relatively new feature, but it's very powerful and very effective. We will definitely talk more about this during our automation webinar in the future. Please don't miss that webinar. I'm sure you guys will find this very interesting. But for now, unfortunately, due to time constraint, we will have to move on. Now it's time for another poll. I promise just 2 more. I'm going to launch the poll right now. Please take 10 seconds or so to answer that. All right, so the average number of follow-ups that you do before you connect with your lead, less than 3 to 5, more than 5. That is actually a very healthy response. Thank you so much for that. And the reason why I ran that poll specifically right now is because of the next feature that we are going to talk about, which we call the macros. Let's take an example to explain this, right? Let's take a case where my sales rep, who is trying to contact people in order to buy property, right, from my real estate business. The sales rep tries to contact 50 leads per day. All right, he manages to speak to 35 of them, and 15 of them goes to voicemail. In this case, what he usually does is update the particular leads field, let's say lead status field, to attempted to contact by going to the leads module right here. Say if I left a voicemail to this particular person, I can then change the lead status. There you go, to attempted to contact, hit save right here. And maybe I will then go to click on the send email button to send out an email to that particular individual. And I can then want the next lead doing the same thing, right? But what if you don't have to do this for each and every single lead manually? What if there is a much easier way in which you can select all of the leads at once, all the 15 of them at once, and just tap a simple button within Zoho CRM, which will take care of that right away. So all I'm going to do is run the macro for you right now. So I say voicemail macros. So it's saying that it's going to update the lead status field. It's going to send an email template and also then create a follow-up task. So if I hit run, those 3 actions will be immediately performed for each and every single one of them without me having to do any manual work at all. If I now click on a lead, if I scroll down, you will see the lead status field automatically updated. I did not even touch this lead, as you saw. If I scroll down to open activities, follow up on the leads, I did not create it, which was just created, as you can see, which is completely automatic, and an email should have also been sent. So this is exactly what the macros will be done. So let's see how these macros are actually created, right? So all you need to do is click on this create macro button right here and give it a name. I am going to say sample, and you can perform these 3 actions like I just did. So you can select an email template. If you want, you can create a new email template as well. And I can then go ahead and update a specific field. In this case, I'm going to update the lead source field by selecting them, which should be somewhere here. And let's just select that field. And I can also create a task to be assigned to myself or to someone else so that they can follow up by simply giving it a subject. And it can, you can also set the due date and everything. Hit add. Status cannot be empty, so I'm going to say not started. And create right here. Value is email create, and that's it. The macro is now created. If you were to go to the leads and want to run this macro, all you need to do is select the leads that you want to run the macro for, and just go ahead and select the sample right there, and it'll immediately show you the actions that are to be performed. And all you need to do is simply click on run. As simple and straightforward as that. I hope you like that feature. All right, when everything has started to work, the next important thing that you would want to concentrate is communication, right? Your leads and prospects are everywhere, and you will have to reach them through every channel there is in order to be more productive, more effective in your business, right? The good news is Zoho CRM is truly multi-channel, meaning email, telephone, chat, social, in-person, every single channel that you could think of through which you can actually reach out to your lead, or your leads and customers can reach out to you, can be brought together in Zoho CRM. First of all, let's talk about email, right? So email is still one of the most trusted sources of communication. Zoho CRM lets you see the full history of communication with your prospects simply by clicking on a lead or a contact, scrolling down to the email section. You will see all the sent emails, all the replies. Maybe this is a bad example, but you get my point, right? And if you go to email templates under setup, customization, templates right here, each and every single template that you want to create has to be done from right here by clicking on the new template button. And any template that you created and sent out, if you click on it, you will be able to view the analytics of it. So you can go ahead and let's say demo invite. There you go. So how many emails have been sent with this particular template on which day? If you just place your mouse over it, it'll show you how many sent, how many tracked, how many opened, clicked, unopened, delivered. Every single statistic will be listed right here for all of your templates, so you can improve on it so that you will have a much more deliverable rate. The next one is taking this email to the next level, right? For this, we have something called Sales Inbox within Zoho CRM. This is truly a very interesting feature which will make your life so easier in managing emails, right? each and every single email that you receive from your leads and customers and your colleagues will be listed right here in these four columns, and you can simply click on them to reply to them, to open them, to forward them. Everything can be done right here, and especially anyone who's not a part of your Zoho CRM organization in any way, they will all be listed under the Not in CRM option. You can simply just drag and drop them into the contact or lead option in order to simply add them as a lead or a contact by clicking on the save button right here. As simple and straightforward as that. Right? Isn't it interesting? The next one is telephone. When customers give us their time over, right, it's crucial that we make the best of it. With our phone bridge integration, which we have right here within Zoho CRM, you can call your prospects and view customer information right from within the CRM window. And you can take notes, set reminders while the call is going on. By simply going to set up channels telephony, you will see the list of all the telephony integration that we have. Most of them, as you can see, are voice over IP systems. All you need to do is click on the integrate button on whichever one you want to enable. And once you've done it, you will be able to go to the leads, the contacts, click and open any one of them, and after logging into your telephony system, of course, you will then be able to click on their phone numbers to make outbound calls, accept incoming calls, and even log missed calls simply by tapping the call button right there. Right? And another channel which is getting widely popular in this modern era is social media integration. Zoho CRM helps you discover new leads and contacts and stay connected with them across all these three channels: Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. What more can you do with this integration? You will be given a social tab right here within Zoho CRM, which will neatly categorize each and every single one of the posts, comments, and tweets that you get from your prospects and customers into these four columns. You can not only view them, but you can also simply go ahead and click on them, to reply to them, to like them, to retweet them. And anyone who's not a part of your Zoho CRM organization, if they make a post or comment, they will all be listed under the unknown option. You can just simply click on that add button right here to add them as a lead or a contact simply by tapping that button right there. As simple and straightforward as that. Right? And the next channel we're going to talk about is chats. We have another product of Zoho called Zoho Sales IQ, which is basically salesiq.zoho.com, which lets you chat with your customers who visit your website. And it's a two-way chat as well. You can go ahead and initiate a chat from your end to your customer, or your customers can initiate a chat to you. And whatever chat you have with them will all be listed, captured right here within Zoho CRM. So you will have access to all the chat conversation. And finally, you will also have the option to reach out to your customers in person and communicate with them. And when you actually go visit your customer, you can make use of our mobile app, which is what I am going to open right here. That's my iPhone right there. So all I need to do is search for the mobile app, install it from the App Store or the Play Store, and this app is completely free of cost for both Apple devices and Android devices. All you need to do is install it, and you will be able to access all of the information from Zoho CRM right here. And the mobile app has very few specific features, which is mobile app specific, right? For example, the Google app button, which will let you access all of your contacts and leads and companies in a 10 mile or 20 mile or 50 mile radius. All you need to do is set them in a radius right there, and all of your contacts or accounts will all be within that radius will all be listed right there, so you can put on the direction and go meet them. And when you actually go meet them, right, you can then open up an event, and you can simply go ahead and make use of this little check-in button right there. So if you simply do that, there you go. The current option, the current location will be automatically captured and will be logged in as a note right there. So you don't necessarily have to type in whenever you reach a customer. It'll all be automatically captured. As simple and straightforward as that. And finally, the mobile app will also let you add notes and everything. It will even let you record the, record your voice and turn that voice note into a note, or log that voice note automatically. All of this will be available in the mobile app. Okay. Now moving on to the next one. One last, no, actually, the last before poll. Let's take a few seconds and please answer that. All right, so I see that most of you do not use the most widely used phone system by our current CRM customers. We will take that as a feedback to integrate more and more phone systems. Thank you so much for answering that poll. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so you've set up your CRM and everything is in place. And what next? General day-to-day activities, right? So each and every single day you will have to follow with your customers using one way or another. Within Zoho CRM, general day-to-day activities are categorized into three. Calendar activities, which can send out invitations and everything, tasks, which are basically to-do list tasks, and phone calls. All of them can be logged within Zoho CRM under the activities module right here. And they will all be listed, as you can see, in a Kanban view again, and will be categorized neatly. And you will also have a calendar view at the very right top corner, as you can see. This will list all of the calendar activities one after the other. You can click on any one of them in order to view the details of it, edit it, delete it, click any way you want in order to create a new event or a call. You can also drag and drop in order to reschedule a calendar event, as you can see. So all of this is possible, and this particular calendar can be synchronized completely with your Office 365 online account, with your Microsoft Outlook account if you have any, with your Google Plus account, and also with your Apple devices, be it an iPhone, iPad, or a MacBook. Right? Now the conversations have begun. Would you want to know about the performance and also track everything that's happening within your Zoho CRM, right? Say you want to know leads without notes for 30 days, or leads without follow-up tasks, or deals that are closing this month with no follow-up activities associated to them. Advanced filters within Zoho CRM, no matter which module you go to the left, you will have a list of filters available. You can use this in order to filter your leads or deals or whatever based on inactivity or based on any other field. So, for example, I can go ahead and filter my leads by saying, give me all the leads in which the activity was before, say, before a month. So for the past 30 days or so, there is absolutely no activity in these, in these particular leads. So I want to know why, right? So I can also add more and more fields in order to, filter my leads in a more effective way. So I can go ahead and click Apply Filter again. So I can also save this filter in order to reuse them over and over again as well, right? And next one, let's say at some point in time you wanted to create some sort of reports in order to see how well your team is performing and improve on that. That's when reports module will come into play within Zoho CRM. As you can see, we would have given you multiple reports created for almost every single module there is. You can either use that or go for the create report button in order to create your own reports. And every report that you create can be converted into a dashboard as well. Dashboards, as you saw earlier when I was showing you the home tab, are nothing but graphical representation of your data. And you can create unlimited number of dashboards and reports in Zoho CRM. Right. All right. Thank you so much. Actually, wait. No. There is actually one more thing that I wanted to show you guys. That is, the more real time it gets, the more intelligent Zoho CRM will make itself. Meaning, while you're communicating with your prospects, what if we said you can track and know how effective each communication has been? Has your mail been opened, delivered, clicked, or bounced? Right? Wouldn't you want to know about that? That's when sales signal comes into play. feature in Zoho CRM, which will basically help you track all of the activities that are happening on the emails that you send. Not just emails, all your surveys and campaigns and everything. So to view it, all you need to do is click on the bell icon right there. This will show you the status of all of your interactions with your customers. You can view all of them along this column. You can get to know if your survey has been responded to, campaign has bounced, clicked, etc. To set it up, all you need to do is click on the settings icon right here and enable the signals for the medium you wish to have. So whether you want to have sales signal for your emails, surveys, sales like your desk integrations, Facebook, Twitter comments, posts, everything you can actually have the sales signals work with. Now, there's also someone we want to introduce to you. We call him Zia, and Zia is a AI-powered sales assistant for Zoho CRM. And what does she do? She intelligently suggests you the best time to contact, detect anomalies, keeps track of Zoho CRM activities, and also suggests relevant macros. A little confused? Let me actually show you. When you go to a specific, when you go to a specific record within Zoho CRM, right? I am going to go for a contact, for example. At the very right top corner, you will have something called a best time to contact. This is actually the work of Zia. What Zia does is she keeps track of each and every single movement by your customers and prospects, like when they reply to your emails, when they make a phone call, when they comment or send you a tweet. So all these will be tracked by Zia automatically and actively in the backend, so that whenever you click and open up a record and within Zoho CRM, the best time to contact will be automatically shown. So if you call this person at this hour, the chances of you reaching this person are extremely high. And on top of this, she will also show you anomalies, if at all there is any, by using the trend dashboards right here, which Zia will automatically give to you. You will be able to track the lead creation, the lead conversion, how your opportunities are being controlled or converted. Everything will be listed right here, and the actual trend, if at all there is sudden anomalies, everything will be listed right here. And if at all you want to know a comprehensive view of all the things that going on in your Zoho CRM organization, and if at all there is like a dip or a spike in your sales process, everything will be captured and will be shown to you by Zia right here in the Zia icon at the very right top corner, right? And actually, this is it. So this actually brings us to the end of the webinar. If you need something explained, unsure about a feature, please do ask your questions using the chat box. As you know, we are actually open with the team here to answer your questions. And I know that we've went through a lot of things here, and I'm sure you will have questions. Please take 5 or 10 minutes to ask all the questions you may have to us. And if it is not too much to ask, take a minute or two to go to Twitter and please do tweet us at zohocrm.com to give your feedback about the webinar. Not just the obvious feedbacks like the webinar is awesome, I'm awesome, things like that, but your honest feedback about how we can improve this webinar will also be extremely helpful. Please take a moment, and any tweet you send us will make our day. And we'll be online for answering your questions for the next 5 to 10 minutes. And thank you so much again for listening in. And I'm going to shut up now and start answering your questions. And also, I'm going to run a poll, which is the last poll, I promise, which basically is me asking you how the webinar is. Please go ahead and answer it, and I'll really appreciate it if you do. Thank you. Take care.